a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Robert.
And Charlie.
Come on, Charlie, we gotta go. You don't want to be the last one out of Beach City.
I sure don't.
But if we are going to be the last ones out, we might as well talk about Season 4, Episode 6, the last one out of Beach City, which premiered September 8th, 2016.
You know, I think Pearl's already out. I could be wrong, but I don't think she's the last one out of Beach City. Right? I don't know. Bad jokes aside, I fucking love this episode. And this episode is everything. And I'm so surprised that we had no guest want to be on it. Nobody asked this one, I don't think. I don't think anybody asked for this one.
Which is so strange. But hey, I mean, Charlie, who needs, three's a crowd and two's just two friends?
Yeah. Oh my god, we're friends. I'm so glad.
Yeah. However, we could...
Robert likes me.
However, we can ask the postman if we have any post.
The postman did not bring us any post. Once again, I am asking the posters to ask Robert about being engaged and being gay with Mac, because y'all should ask. Give Robert a chance to gush. Okay, Robert, I do want to bring up a fun fact about this episode. So you know how this episode ends with the meme setup of each of them and their role in the story of Pearl is the repressed nerd, Amethyst is the wingman, and all of that. And that just became a meme format for a while where people were doing that for different characters. There was at least one fan artist who did this for Heroes Olympus characters.
Oh.
And here's a fun fact from my YouTube days.
Oh boy.
I, in fact, edited myself as each of the characters who were in that. I did cosplay, and I edited the photos to do that, and then I put the music in there. And so it's still on my YouTube. Last one out of Camp Half-Blood. Just fun Charlie lore for everybody to know that exists, because this episode was a time.
Yeah.
And let's get into it. We immediately start where Amethyst is a bouncy ball because she's super duper excited about seeing a show with Greg.
She's going to go to a rock concert with Greg, but then Greg comes in through the door and he's like, sorry, Amethyst. I had a previous engagement with Barb to play cards with her and Medalia. And I'm like, I think you can cancel cards to go to a concert. It'll make your friends sad, but it's a concert.
No, Robert, he cannot cancel because Barb will come after him. She's not a woman of empty threats. If he cancels on this, she will hold his mail.
That's a felony. You can't do that.
Probably. But Barb, I believe it. She already scared me. So I believe that you do that. Steven and Pearl, by the way, are doing a cute little puzzle of a zebra. And Pearl seems to think that there's going to be no corners in this puzzle. Steven has found a corner. Uh-oh. They're not doing something right.
Every puzzle should have a corner. It's weird. Anyway, should have 4 corners, actually.
They're not all squares, though. Not every puzzle is a square. I think she thought that the puzzle was not going to be a square, and it turned out to be a square.
Puzzles that aren't squares or rectangles frighten me, because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean your finished puzzle is a circle? How? Why? Who told you to do this?
Magic. Physics. I don't know. So she can't go, and they're like, why don't you make this puzzle with us? Come on. It'll be a great old time, and Amethyst is not into it.
Nope.
And instead, Pearl's like, we could go with you. Go to this rock show.
We can hang out together. Yeah. Which,
Pearl used to be a rebel leader, right?
Yeah. Pearl, as Pearl says later, she's been a criminal for 6,000 years. Pearl knows how to partay. In the next scene, we see Pearl, Amethyst, and Steven go to the Big Donut to pick up some snacks. Pearl is now wearing blue jeans and an unbuttoned black jacket, which I'm like, oh, the lesbians who watched the show went fucking feral, I assume.
Actually, I went fucking feral. I'm still going feral because listen, have I not mentioned on this podcast that I love Pearl, okay? I would die for Pearl. Pearl is hot. That's just me. Maybe I'm alone in this, but I think she's hot. So she's looking badass in this episode, and Steven's like, let's grab some snacks for the road. Which should I go with? And Pearl's like, give me some juice. She's gonna drink tonight. What?
I love how she phrases, she's like, oh, maybe I'll give drinking a try, or whatever the fuck she said. I'm like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
A pink hair girl walks into the Big Donut, and she looks a lot like Rose.
I mean, she looks like Rose in that she is very tall, very big, and got gloss of pink hair, like just beautiful pink hair. Oh my goodness. Otherwise, she does not look that much like Rose. I'm sorry.
So it's a little bit in the nose too. It's a little bit in the nose and the mouth. Like when they do that side profile, it's a little bit in that too. Pearl tries to approach her to talk, immediately fumbles, knocks over a stack of cups, and then the mystery girl just leaves. And I'm like, damn, Pearl, your first lesbian attempt in 15 years. Because like 14, 15 years, you know, because, or I mean, maybe even longer, depending on how long Greg and Rose were dating, but 15 years, let's say.
In the last like 30 years. I don't know.
Yeah, your first attempt at lesbianism and you failed. How could you?
I think that's just how lesbianism works. I could be wrong. Lesbian listeners, call in and tell us.
If Sappho's is your god, you need to tell us. Sappho isn't even a god. Wait, is she?
No, she's a person.
Yeah, she's just a person who is just really gay.
Sappho of Lesbos.
Mm-hmm. So now Steven, Amethyst, and Pearl are in the Don Die Supremo, and they're on their way to the concert.
Yay.
Pearl's driving, and eventually the pink hair girl pulls up next to them on a motorcycle.
Yeah, also they are listening to some of the music from the guy that they're going to go see as well, who in fact is Mike Kroll, a pretty sure real life person who actually makes music.
Oh, 100%.
That's funny that he just got Steven Universified.
Probably a friend of Rebecca's who's like, yeah, I'll show up on your show.
Hilarious.
Amethyst had given Pearl some advice earlier to give this girl the look, and Pearl does, and the girl smiles at her, which causes Pearl to blush. So again, lesbianism.
Yeah, I love the blue blushing of her face as well. They miss the lights, and Pearl, you know, she has to follow the traffic laws, as one does. And the girl rides off into the night, really. It's not the sunset.
Pearl is like, you know, fuck this. Let's drive through the red light.
Because who knows if she's going to the same show, if they'll ever see her again. Pearl, go for it. Lesbianism. Go for it.
Pearl. Lesbianism. The police start to chase them, and Pearl is like, I don't have a license. I'm not exactly a citizen of Earth, but also the United States.
This is literally one of my favorite things. Like, Pearl, you're old. Why don't you have a license? Steven, I may be 6,000 years old.
What am I supposed to tell the DMV? That I'm an alien?
I'm not exactly a citizen, Steven. And this is why I get my lore of like, oh, none of them are citizens. Does Steven have like a birth certificate? He didn't go to the hospital, right? Right?
Oh my god. After a chase, Pearl pulls the cart off the side of the road and hides behind a billboard, and the police car passes. Pearl attempts to like start up the car again, but hey, we're out of gas. I'm like, how much fucking gas does the Don Die Supremo get?
It's probably bad mileage.
One of the key things I bought when I got my Subaru was that like, also I bought a Subaru. I don't know if I've told you.
Robert is also a lesbian. Have we mentioned this?
I'm a lesbian now, thank you. And my Subaru gets 34 miles to the gallon in like highways and stuff, and like 28 in cities or 26 in cities. And I'm like, that's pretty good. That's a little better than my last car.
I know nothing of how these things work. I just know that, yeah, you can get certain types of mileage, and some are bad and some are good.
Don't get the bad ones.
I don't know anything about cars. Thankfully, they do, like, yeah, they lose the cops, but they also lose Mystery Girl, as she will be forever known. So what are they gonna do? They gotta go see this rock show, and Pearl has a breakdown. She's like, "Well, you know what? I tried this. I tried to be cool for you guys. Tried to wear this leather jacket. I tried to wear these pants. Ugh!" And she takes it all off, and she's so upset with everybody and herself, and she broke the law. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, I've lost my edge. I can't do this anymore." But Amethyst is super impressed. She's like, "You gunned it from the cops. You did a great job tonight." And Steven's like, "Excuse me, this is the most you've scared me since the time you almost let me die. Is that a good thing, Steven? Steven, is that good?"
I don't think that
Is-
is, but also
I feel like that's not good.
Steven's at a point where he's like, whatever.
Who's to say? But I do love when Pearl's like, "I really wanted to see your Kroll," because she did not understand the man's name is Mike.
Mm. But Charlie, have you heard about Tony Hawk's brother, Mike?
Mike Hawk.
Hmm.
There you go.
We did it. So yeah, they got out of the car, they're walking, all this shit happens, and then they eventually hear music and they follow the source and they see themselves at the concert.
Whoa! It's a concert. There's Mike, and there's the girl.
This is such like 90s core like movie of like, oh, we're gonna get the car and go to a concert or like go see a girl or whatever, and like the car breaks down, but they still make it to the thing. And I think this is like a huge homage and love to those kinds of 90s silly movies.
You know what? Pearl deserves to live in her lesbian 90s movie that ends in a happy ending. Which she does here because the girl's there, and Pearl's like, "I should go talk to her. I should do it." And Amethyst is like, "Okay, Pearl, you've already impressed us. You don't need to do any more tonight. Like, if you want to take it easy, please, because this is a lot. You don't have to socialize. Talk to a nerd first. Work up to her. It's okay." And she's already gone. Pearl goes for the handshake.
Lesbianism is gonna happen, and so she talks to the pink-haired lady and then comes back. And they're like, "Oh, what'd you talk about?" And she's essentially like, "Oh, I said how I had saved your planet and all this and that." And she laughed and found it funny. And then she gave me this piece of paper that has a code on it. And Amethyst and Steven are freaking out in excitement because they're like, "Pearl, that's a phone number. She wants you to call her."
Listen. You look at this girl's body language, like she like flips her hair, and then she's like giving Pearl the eye contact and smiling the whole time. She's super into Pearl. Yo, do you remember all of the cosplays of this shit? Because I
Oh,
do.
I do.
I remember the Pearl and Mystery Girl cosplays all the goddamn time.
And then I think this is also the last time we see the mystery girl, or like the second to last time.
I'm pretty sure it's the only time we see her. Yeah.
I remember she get like a cameo at some point?
Okay. Let me see. Let me look at her wiki page because it should have. Oh my god, is there something? Is there actually something?
She appears in the crowd at Sadie and the Suspects. That's what it was. She appears one more
What?
time. She's in the background. I knew I was remembering something.
Okay, because somehow nobody on the wiki has edited it to say that she was in another episode. It just says absent on those, but maybe somebody else saw that in the background and didn't write that down. I don't know. We should double check that later. Gotta see if we see her. But Pearl talking to this girl, I love it. I love how Pearl just like gives her all of this like crazy jazz and somehow gets a number because she's got Riz. Somehow Pearl's got the Riz.
It's always the lesbian you least expect.
Hey, Pearl needs to get a phone. I know she doesn't get one until next season because it's plot relevant, but Pearl, get a phone so you can call this woman. Anyway, Amethyst is super hyped and excited about this. And this is where we get the amazing ending of this episode, where Mike Kroll is playing and Pearl is starring Pearl as repressed nerd, Amethyst as the ultimate wingman, Steven as the voice of reason, and introducing Mystery Girl as herself.
And this is the last time we really see her prominently in an episode. R.I.P.
I love it. This episode is everything to me. It says that Pearl is gonna, grow and like do more.
What happens if I go on to AO3 and I look up Mystery Girl / Pearl? 325 works. Huh. How many of them are smut? 35. Okay. God bless AO3. I'm going to read one of these fics and call it a night. But, Charlie,
Robert,
I think it's time for us to head to the Crystal Temple.
for some Crystal Temple trivia, and boy howdy do we have some today. This episode's name was first revealed in the episode listing on the Cartoon Network website.
Amethyst almost says the word badass in this episode, but it's interrupted by Pearl speeding up the car.
American rock musician Mike Kroll makes a cameo appearance in this episode.
Ian Jones-Cordy makes a cameo appearance in this episode.
The episode ends without an iris close, and the end credits play 15 minutes, which is the Mike Kroll song.
Dee Dee Mango Hall, the voice actress for Pearl, was concerned about the scene in this episode where Pearl runs the red light, as her young children would see it.
Oh, Dee Dee, you're so cute. Delmarva is abbreviated DV on the signage on the Big Donut's front window. Why was this never seen before?
Pearl's cool clothes resemble Jesse Zook's Bad Pearl drawing, which if you look at, we're going through the web archives, damn.
Oh man. Oh, Bad Pearl also has cigarettes?
Good cigarette, anyway.
Mystery Girl's phone number includes 301, the area code for the western portion of Maryland. It is worth noting series creator Rebecca Sugar is from Silver Spring, Maryland.
And now for cultural references. The title is a reference to Less Than Jake's 1998 song, Last One Out of Liberty City.
The puzzle is a reference to the webcomic Homestuck.
Oh my god, somebody get Ray.
The number 612 is a recurring number in the webcomic, and the puzzle is made of black and white lines similar to the Battlefield planet. This episode was written and storyboarded by Jesse Zook, who's a fan of Homestuck. Okay. Oh my god, this is perfect for you, Robert. Go for it.
Amethyst mentions the pit, possibly referring to a mosh pit, an area of a contour where people mosh dance, a dance characterized by the aggressive slamming into each participant, commonly associated with hardcore punk music. This is solidified when Amethyst tells Pearl that there will be people pushing each other. I have been in a few pits in my life. They can get fucked up, but also a lot of them, they realize a lot of the people, if you're in a good pit, a lot of the people in the pit will be like, okay, that's a newbie, we got to make sure they don't get knocked to their ass on the ground.
Damn. The face logo on the back of Pearl's jacket could be a reference to the logo of the rock band Nirvana.
The Strawberry Sugar Shock Shutdown energy drink has a similar logo to Monster Energy Drink.
Mystery Girl's motorbike resembles a late 1974 Suzuki TS 250. However, it lacks the trademark Suzuki TS series grille on both sides.
The police mobile used to chase Greg's Dondai resembles a 1987 Mitsubishi Galant Sigma.
Amethyst compares Pearl's poetic use of words in her conversation with the Mystery Girl to the words of famous English playwright William Shakespeare.
I mean, yeah. The Mystery Girl's phone number has an exchange middle portion of 555. Numbers of the form 55501XX are reserved for fictional use to prevent prank calls.
The Mystery Girl's bike helmet has a sticker resembling the logo of the band, the Aquabats.
And now for Charlie's favorite section.
Continuity?
Pearl reveals that the gems lack any form of American citizenship and thus do not have things like driver's license. This supports the accusations that Uncle Annie makes in Gem Harvest that the gems are illegal aliens.
Oof. Pearl is disgusted by drinking apple juice, a similar occurrence to when she unfused with Alexandrite in fusion cuisine, though this is at least partly due to her surprise at seeing the Mystery Girl as well.
The brand of apple juice is the same scene in Lion 2 of the movie and several other episodes.
Stephen mentions that Pearl's reckless driving had made him the most scared since she almost let him die, referencing Space Race and Rose's Scabbard.
Ocean Town's entrance signpost said, Ocean Town, no longer on fire. This is a reference to the city's uprising mentioned by Mayor Dewey in Political Power.
Oh, I forgot that.
Mayor Dewey.
Pearl is seen driving a car again, which was first seen in Ocean Gem.
When Stephen tells Pearl she's now a criminal, Pearl states that she's been a criminal for 6,000 years, referencing the rebellion.
Pearl telling Mystery Girl that her body is a conscious manifestation of light is reminiscent of What Are Gems? The short where she tells Stephen what a gem's body is like a hologram, but with mass.
And finally, Mr. Girl's phone number is briefly seen stored inside Pearl's gem, next to a handful of cell phone numbers in the episode A Single Pale Rose.
Of course it is! The cell phone episode! I still love how that's like the description of the episode. Pearl loses her cell phone. It's so much more than that, though, okay? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And now it's time for our Pearl points. Charlie, who are we giving our Pearl points to? I mean, honestly, we have to give it to Pearl.
One answer. It's Pearl. Pearl gets the Pearl points today.
Pearl for having her game?
Pearl's Riz, Pearl being gay, just Pearl. Porl. I give them all to Porl.
And now it's time for the question. Have you ever gone out of your way to, talk to someone and try and, flirt, start a relationship, what have you? A lot of my experiences in college were me walking up to people I found hot and I was like, talk, talk, talk. Oh, the party's good. Talk, talk, talk. Hey, you want to make out? And let me tell you right now, that is how you get most of your makeouts/hookups in your life, is if you go up to someone and you're like, hi, let me make you laugh. You want to hook up? Works more often than you think.
Yeah, I will say I was probably the most outgoing that I've ever been in like my first month or so of college, where I did try doing stuff like that. It was a pretty cool time. Charlie Smooch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Charlie Smooch. Oh boy. Well, Charlie, thank you for making a podcast with me.
Thank you for making a podcast with me, Robert. And as always, fuck fascism.
Mm-hmm. And as always, if every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits.
Bye,
Bye.
Serge. You can follow this podcast socials at thebitssupod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our dime line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/thebitsu. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about Steven Universe, or whatever else. Our $5 patrons here also gets you access to Steven's Room, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with Steven in some way. No promises.
You can check out our merch store, The Bits SU, on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie, me, or if you cannot do that or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. It really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. You can also hear my voice on 2 other podcasts. I co-host another podcast on the network with Ray called Of the Eldest Gods, where we talk about the mythology book series by Rick Riordan, starting with Percy Jackson. I also co-host a podcast with my buddy Ethan called Mysteries in the Machine, where we talk about all things Scooby-Doo.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. If you want to hear more from me, check out my YouTube channel, also called the Damn Meme page, where I make videos mainly about Percy Jackson, but also sometimes other fun stuff. If you want to find me elsewhere in the podcast verse, you can also tune into my podcast, The Pit Crew, a show dedicated to dissecting the HBO Max medical drama, The Pit. The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Burn Before Reading, a podcast about literature, where your hosts, Christina and Leela, cringe about writing.
I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading,
the podcast about literature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumped.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling.
It's not terrible.
No one really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
Dave X Media.